Everyone, welcome again to MGS Coaching Football, and thanks for watching my channel. I do really appreciate it. So, following in line with the previous couple of videos, I'm going to continue with match concept foundations, and today we're going to incorporate a 2-3 exchange and then what we call the bunch, three receivers all close together, because now you have the possibility of a 1-2 exchange, 2-3 exchange, and even obviously a 1-3 exchange, right? So I'm not going to go through per se any specific route concepts, but I'm just going to go through the exchanges and then how the bunch combines again 1-2, 2-3, right? 1-3. Okay. So over here are the main key points of today's video, and then over here I'll try to bring it to life for you. Again, understand I'm not going to go through every conceivable exchange, right? So again, match concept foundations, a 2-3 exchange and bunch, which brings 1-2 and 2-3 all together. Okay, so the good thing is remembering that easier teaching equals easier learning. We're going to talk about a behind the line of scrimmage exchange, which is limited. Same with 1-2. A downfield low exchange, same as 1-2. A high exchange, again, same as 1-2. Remembering that an alert for a 1-2 possible is tango when they're clustered. Today, we'll learn about Tito alert for a cluster with 2 and 3. Tito meaning 2 in, 3 out. And then finally, when we get to the bunch, it's a 1-2 exchange and a 2-3 exchange. We use the term starburst, which means be ready for all kinds of exchanges, right? Just the nature of the bunch formation is conducive to having all kinds of mesh routes, exchanges, rubs, etc. Okay? So behind the line of scrimmage, I'm going to utilize up here, just as I have in previous videos. All right, so this is a 3x1 example. We have 1, 2, and 3. They're not close together, so that there's no tango alert or Tito alert, right? 1 and 2 aren't close together. 2 and 3 aren't close together, so no alerts. We're going to say that they have normal spacing. So in order for there to be an exchange between 2 and 3 here, it's behind the line of scrimmage. Typically, you're going to get that, right? A 3 bubble. So the number 2 is going to block most dangerous in all likelihood over number 3. Or sometimes you have a little tunnel screen to number 2, right? So those are the limitations of a behind the line of scrimmage. Same as 1-2 exchanges, right? So now downfield, again, same as 1-2. You got a low exchange, 0 to 8 yards. You got a high exchange, 10 plus yards. And we give a margin for error. That's why you're missing 2 yards there, right? I don't want to slow the kids down. Oh, that was 9.5, right? I mean, come on, we're trying to get the kids to play fast. I don't want to slow them down with that. So those 2 yards is the margin for error, right? So I'm going to go through, again, normal spacing, the low exchange first, then the high exchange, and then ultimately I'm going to bring in the bunch, okay? So again, normal spacing here, normal spacing here. So up on this diagram, right, I have number 3s in the backfield. Okay, just to emphasize the point, you can have a 2-3 exchange with the third number 3 in the backfield. Okay, so this particular 2-3 exchange downfield would probably involve a replace route, a sit route, a hook route by number 2, with a shooting into the flat route by number 3. Okay, that would be a common type of exchange. All right, down here, a little more prototypical, right? You got 2-3. It's not a Tito because they're not close together. A downfield exchange. Right, again, 0 to 8 yards. The possibilities for a 2-3 exchange are not exponentially greater, but there's significantly more of those than there are with number threes in the backfield. So, coaching point: make sure, number one, that your players recognize by formation that number three's in the backfield. And then remember, our job as coaches is to put together playlists with three in the backfield to teach them 2-3 exchanges when three's in the backfield. Separate from a 3-by-1 formation where 2 and 3 are on the same side, and then therefore the 2-3 exchanges that occur, in this case, the low exchange zone, and then in a minute, the high exchange zone. Okay, and again, the possibilities, they're not limitless, but it's pretty close, right? So now over here, same as with the low exchange and the high exchange zone, 10 or more yards. Make sure that you go over the various exchanges that can occur when three's in the backfield. Right? So here it could be skinny post, dig read. Could be a 5 to 6 yard out. So it starts off looking like you got a couple of verticals and then they exchange, right? So this one, the exchange would be considered maybe more in the low exchange zone. So to really sell it, this was going to be probably a much deeper dig. And then now he's going to be on a much deeper route, or possibly a corner, right? So now then there's the new number 3. Here's the new number 2. And again, not even factoring in potentially what one might do as part of the concept. But again, you got to make sure you teach your guys these are the 2-3 exchanges in the high zone when three's in the backfield versus, so this will take me a little bit, right? When 2 and 3 are part of trips, these are the exchanges in the high zone, right? Remember, normal spacing. So now, because it's the high zone, again, it's not completely limitless, but there are even more potential exchanges because they're working with more field. Right? So you potentially have a post, deep out, corner, comeback, curl, right? All the different exchanges that are going to happen 10 plus yards downfield. Okay, that's a little bit easier. Okay, then when number 3's in the backfield, last coaching point, teach your guys the difference between when 3's in the backfield, he's stacking the guard, versus when they widen out the back behind the tackle, he's looking to get out, potentially to create a high exchange that much faster. When number 3 or the back in the backfield is in front of the quarterback, no run. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's definitely going to be a pass. And he's that much closer, again, to getting vertical in the high exchange zone. Make sure you teach those things to your players, okay? And last and certainly not least, so just give me a second here. It won't take me too long. I want to go over the bunch, okay? And how the bunch combines 1-2 exchanges, 2-3 exchanges, and now you even have the potential for a 1-3 exchange, okay? The bunch. So look, we've already covered all of these things. So let's cover last but not least, right? The old saying, the bunch. So in a previous video, I talked about how we classify a bunch as how formations can impact exchanges, right? 3 receivers are within 5 yards of each other, and they can be tight to the tackle box. They can be way, way out on the numbers that we call Washington, wide bunch out on the numbers, right? Just categorically, three guys are close together like this within 5 yards. We call that a bunch. Okay? So right now, see, you got a tango alert. You got a Tito alert. Okay? You got a tango and a Tito. So you got a 2-3, right? 2 in, 3 out. You got a tango, 1 in, 2 out. Well, what if you get a 1 in, 3 out? We make an orange call. Orange, orange, orange potential. So we let the corner make the tango. We let the linebacker make the Tito. And we let the safety make the orange call. Right? You don't have to say it a zillion times, right? Or you do this. Okay? Because a 1-3 exchange is extremely unique by formation and it doesn't always happen in a bunch. The smartest thing that we ever did was instead of mixing up all three exchange alerts, we just came up with one word that means all three, and that is starburst. Okay? Starburst to us means Tango, Tito, and orange. It means all of it. Be ready for everything. Okay, men? So I just shared with you the old way we did it years and years ago, and now the new way simply is bunch starburst. Right? All the combinations. 1-2 exchange, 2-3 exchange, 1-3 exchange. That's what starburst means. Okay? You still have the low zone, and that would be the exchange zone 0 to 8, or the high exchange zone 10 plus. Everything stays the same. Just now, we teach our guys, and this is a whole other presentation, who takes what in all the different exchanges. Right? Whether it's the low exchange or the high exchange, who takes the outside route, who takes the inside route, who takes the vertical route. Right? Because it's very common that you get something like this with somebody, one of the three executing a vertical route. Right? So see, here's a 1-3 exchange. To be precise, technically it's also a 1-2 exchange, but see, it's not a 2-3 exchange. See what I mean? So starburst, I got real smart about 10 years ago. What are we making all these calls for? It's confusing. So starburst, again, it's Tango, Tito, and the old orange that we use when we're anticipating a 1-3 in particular. Starburst is specific to the bunch formation. Okay? So that's how we handle it. And that's how we handle 2-3 exchanges. Very, very exact same way we handle 1-2 exchanges. We just use a different alert. Tito. Okay? So again, I thank you for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned as I'll be putting up more match concept foundation videos.